What is going on, guys? My name is Ryan, and in today's video, we will be discussing Club Penguin's most well-known creature, the Puffle. If you ask someone who has played Club Penguin, the first thing that comes to mind is probably the penguins themselves. However, chances are that the next thing they will think of are Puffles. These little furry creatures are a penguin's best friend. They have been with the game since the very beginning, and are still very well known today. Without further ado, I present to you Club Penguin wasn't even up for a month before sightings of a round, furry creature were reported. In early November 2005, 3 different colored furballs were discovered. A pink one resided at the snow fort and stuck its tongue out at anyone who moved their mouse over it. A green one stationed itself at the dance club on top of a speaker, and a blue one found its home at the ice rink. These creatures made headlines in that week's newspaper. One was even captured and studied to see if they were safe for penguins. A week later, information about them were revealed in the newspaper. It was revealed that these furballs were half as tall as a penguin, weighed anywhere from 11 to 18 pounds, and could move from sliding or jumping. They also could withstand extreme cold and heat, and are always happy as long as you pay attention to them. It was decided that the players could name this creature. A contest was held in the newspaper to decide what the species would be known as. The contest was open for 15 days, and over 1,000 submissions were sent in. In the end, the name Puffles was decided on. The penguins Yolam08, Waffle Pie, and Grony submitted the name. In December 2005, so many Puffles started appearing at the snow forts that Club Penguin decided it was time to round them all up. The minigame Puffle Roundup was released on December 14, 2005 at the snow forts. It would soon be moved to the plaza in February 2006, and finally to the pet shop in March 2006. 8 years later, it was moved to the Puffle Park, where it resides today. On March 17, 2006, the pet shop finally opened its doors. Penguins were now able to adopt their very own pets. There were 4 different Puffles available at launch, all with their own unique personalities: blue, green, pink, and black. The blue Puffle is the most well-known Puffle, and represents the species as a whole. They are very loyal, and love playing with beach balls. The blue Puffle was one of the 4 original Puffles to be discovered in November 2005, and are one of the 2 types of Puffles that non-members can adopt. The blue Puffle has been adopted more than any other Puffle, with more than 5 million adoptions. At the Puffle Party in 2009, the blue Puffle had its domain at the forest. Next up is the green Puffle. Being one of the first 4 original Puffles to be discovered, this little guy is the funniest and most energetic out of all the Puffles. They love to act goofy and explore the sky. You'll often see a green Puffle wearing a propeller cap. In Jetpack Adventure, penguins can take their green Puffle with them and watch them fly around and help you collect coins. This was the first Puffle that you could actually transform into during the Club Penguin Improvement Project in 2008. During the Puffle Party, their domain was set up at the beacon. The pink Puffle isn't afraid to try something new. Being the sportiest of her fellow companions, the pink Puffle loves anything that is cheery and fun. This Puffle was also one of the first 4 to be discovered. Players can even bring their pink Puffle with them in Aqua Grabber, and she'll help you along the way. The pink Puffle loves to swim and play jump rope. She had her domain at the iceberg during the Puffle Party. The black Puffle has one of the strongest personalities when compared to his fellow companions. He is often very grumpy, but will literally heat up when given food. Black Puffles love to play kart surfer and skateboard. They are also one of the first 4 original Puffles to be discovered in November 2005. The black Puffle is also the only Puffle to have a green tongue. Their domain was hosted at the cave during the Puffle party. The purple Puffle has a very distinctive personality. They love to dance and have a good time. They were discovered in August 2006 when a penguin was rounding up Puffles. He recalls seeing purple specks of hair poking out of the trees. Their domain during the Puffle party was at the dance club. Next up is the red Puffle. Being one of the 2 Puffles that non-members can adopt, it was brought to Club Penguin by Rockhopper in December 2006. This was the first Puffle to be native to a different island. A very special island. Rockhopper Island. Rockhopper's Puffle Yari was the first red Puffle to be discovered. These Puffles are the most adventurous of their kind, and love to act like pirates and surf. They had their domain set up at the cove during the Puffle party. Yellow Puffles were the next variant to be discovered in October 2007, 10 months after Rockhopper introduced us to the red Puffle. They made their first appearance during the Halloween party in 2007. Players would spot it at the fars, bouncing up and down. Rumors about this Puffle spread quickly, and it made headlines in the newspaper. Yellow Puffles were finally up for adoption on November 30th, 2007. They are the most creative type of Puffle, and love painting and being involved in theater production. They had their domain stationed at the lighthouse during the Puffle party. This next Puffle is my personal favorite. 16 months would go by before the discovery of the next Puffle. In February 2009, the white Puffle, hiding behind the bushes at the dojo courtyard. This variant is the smallest and shyest of Puffles. I believe they are also the most mysterious. They have the ability to breathe ice and are very powerful. They also have a strange connection to ninjas. For one, they slice their food like ninjas, their favorite place is the dojo, and they even sleep like stone Puffles at the dojo. They had their domain stationed at the mine during the Puffle party. The orange Puffle would be discovered next, in February 2010. In my opinion, this Puffle was discovered in the most oddest, yet epic place, the box dimension. Very little is known about the box dimension, as we have only explored it during the April Fool's party. Orange Puffles are the wackiest of all Puffles, however, they are nowhere near the brightest. Orange Puffles will eat anything you give them, and made random appearances at the ski village and the ski lounge during the Puffle party in 2010. The orange Puffle had its domain at the box dimension during the Puffle party. Less than a year later, in January 2011, the brown Puffle was discovered deep within the outer banks of Club Penguin in a cave. This variant of Puffle is the smartest and most inventive of them all. This Puffle was so far away from the mainland that players actually had to build a boat to get to the cave. They had their domain set up at the dance lounge during the Puffle party. More than 2 years would pass before the discovery of the next Puffle. In March 2013, the Rainbow Puffle was discovered at the Cloud Forest. The Puffle handler spotted them with her binoculars. The Rainbow Puffle made several appearances around the island before its actual discovery. There have been rumors about this Puffle existing for years before it was actually discovered. The next Puffle that would be discovered had been a myth ever since a fan-written story called The Legend of the Golden Puffle was released as part of the Penguin Tales book, which was completed and released in the book room in April 2007. Since then, the Gold Puffle has appeared on several other occasions. The most famous stage play of all time, Quest for the Golden Puffle, debuted at the stage in April 2008. Ever since then, players couldn't stop talking about this Golden Puffle. It appeared in the PSA mission Waddle Squad as a fake statue, and in several issues of the Club Penguin Times. Finally, in November 2013, the Gold Puffle was discovered deep underground. This Puffle is very energetic and often lucky. He loves drilling and showing off its golden color. The Golden Puffle would be the last Puffle that had a unique personality and distinctive traits. In January 2014, Club Penguin tried something completely new. Instead of different colored Puffles being discovered on a yearly basis, all with unique personalities, Puffle creatures took over in 2014. These Puffles don't have a personality and cannot be viewed in the normal Puffle interface. They cannot wear hats, play minigames with you, or play with their own unique toy. Puffle creatures are simply known for their appearance. The dinosaur Puffles were discovered back in prehistoric times and brought back for players to adopt in January 2014. At the Puffle party of that same year, dog and cat Puffles were discovered by Rockhopper, who brought them back for players to adopt. 4 months later, the Snowman Puffle appeared on Club Penguin. This was the first Puffle to have no backstory. It is also the only Puffle creature to have a unique dance. 2 months later, the Ghost Puffle was discovered at the Halloween party in 2014. These Puffles have a purple glow that radiates off of them. A month later, 4 new Puffle creatures were welcomed to the island. Raccoon, Rabbit, Deer, and Unicorn Puffles became adoptable. A month after that, the Blue Crystal Puffle was discovered, not on Club Penguin, but on Mary Waller's Island. Finally, in November 2015, Alien Puffles landed their UFO on Club Penguin and became adoptable. 12 new species of Puffle were discovered in 2014 alone. When compared to there only being one discovery in previous years, it's a huge change. A new Puffle used to make players go crazy and had its own backstory, as I mentioned with every other Puffle prior to 2014. In all honesty, I'm hoping Club Penguin goes back to release one new Puffle every year. Puffles aren't just pets, they are an essential part to Club Penguin. Besides appearing in the game, 13 waves of merchandise were dedicated to these creatures. Real-life beanbags modeled after Puffles were also made. You now know the history of these creatures, and how they played a drastic role in the development of Club Penguin, from starting out as unknown little furballs to becoming an iconic piece in Club Penguin's history.